All right, people, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever times when you're watching this on. My respect goes out to you. Hopefully, you're doing good and everything is totally fine. Now we're gonna discuss Reggae Boy Michail Antonio. Very interesting player, extremely interesting player. We're gonna discuss his transfer right now. Well, there's some behind the scenes happening at this present moment. It seems as if Michail Antonio will be leaving West Ham. But not only that, we're going to discuss Michail Antonio's performances so far in the Gold Cup. Because there's a few things I want to highlight. It's not negative, people. It's not negative. It's not negative. It's quite good. Something that maybe I knew, but I never really realized the type of player that he was. But we're going to get into that. But before we do that, people, as you can see, remember, people, we are on the road to 30,000 subscribers. I'm not even sure how much we're at right now. I'm not really sure. But anyways, please do smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time, and join the MG Sports family. It has been quite a good one. So let's get straight to the meat of the matter. All right, so this Gold Cup campaign, quite so often, Michail Antonio is not a player that we will get quite often. More than likely, we have him for the big games, and there are reasons for that. It's age is a thing. It's age, it's fitness. You have to remember that he's injury prone and all these things. So he has to be managed extremely astutely, because the type of player that he is, the club that he plays for, and also what is required of him. Now, first of all, the type of player that he is, he gives 100% all the time. It doesn't matter what the case is, what's happening anywhere around him. He is 100% focused, and he gives that 100% all the time. Now, nevertheless, when you check out the club that he plays for in West Ham, they don't really play dominant football. They don't impose themselves on teams. More than likely, they are either chasing or sitting back and trying to counter, which which would have lead us now to the type of player that he is, or how he plays. He's the type of player that plays by himself out up top. He does a lot of work. I mean, a lot of. Sometimes he overwork himself. Now, in that, his age is a issue. Michail Antonio is around 32, 33 right now, which means that he's on the wrong side of the age curve. What I mean by the wrong side of the age curve, he's now going closer to retirement than having fresher legs, which means that he must be managed properly. And I have to say, I do believe that Al Grimson would have done a great job so far in managing Michail Antonio in the Gold Cup. First game, he played about 70 minutes. Second game, roughly about between 65 to 70 minutes again. Then the third game now came off at halftime because we were a bit comfortable in that game, and he pulled Michail Antonio and said, "Hey, you know what? Go and get some rest." But you can see that he needs the rest. Actually, it's quite clear that he needs the rest. Now, with proper game management, we should certainly have a really firing Michail Antonio. But what I'm seeing here is a player that wants to give his all, that will always give his all, but we have to be careful with how we deploy him and how much minutes he play, because he must be managed properly. And we have to remember that leaving the Gold Cup is going to go straight back into pre-season. Maybe take a week off or so, but it needs to be managed properly. Now, so far for Jamaica, let's get into the Gold Cup campaign that he's having. I believe that he's having a wonderful Gold Cup campaign. Even though he hasn't scored any goal as yet, but if you look at how he's playing for us, and basically even his assist that he picked up the other day, I think he got the assist for is it Liam Bailey's goal or Demari Gray? Is it Liam Bailey's goal when he was basically selfless. He was literally selfless, open goal, and he just passed the ball across the goal. I think it was Liam Bailey's goal. I can't remember. Or it's Demari Gray. No, my apologies. It's Demari Gray's second goal. It's Demari Gray's second goal in the Trinidad game. Yeah, just got the memory back. Yeah. So he's having a wonderful campaign, and certainly I want him to score a goal still. Want him to get a goal. Really need to get a goal, because it's so draining, working hard, still not get a goal. but in the same sense. What I see from Michail Antonio, as I mentioned earlier, that I'm realizing now is that Michail Antonio is basically a facilitator. And what do I mean by a facilitator? He's the type of player on the pitch who wants the team to play off him. What do I mean by that? Bringing the ball in the final third, holding up the ball in the final third, and allowing his teammates to ease off the pressure and come and maybe press up high up the pitch. He's the type of player that if you're under pressure, you can boot the ball long to him. I know most of you guys don't like that. Boot the ball long to him and he'll hold it up or draw foul, but give the defenders and the midfielders and the other attackers time to come in the attacking third. And that's actually a very good skill set that we need. And if you look at the USA game and panned out, you can realize that these are some of the things that he did, but it certainly shows that is something that we need. Now, I do believe that now we have to tell him that, hey, you don't need to come back so much, because he's always coming back, always working hard to get back in the defensive third, which is actually, that's a professional. That's his job. That's how he plays. And over the time, that just becomes second nature to him. But what we're seeing from Michail Antonio, I do believe that it's a good thing, and I do think that going further from here, I think let me see if we can put this the right way. I think we're gonna have to find a very, very suitable replacement for him sooner than we think. How does that sound? People are gonna say, "Hey, Ray, Mickey." Yeah, I think so. As I mentioned, he's on the other end of the age curve, which is not on the right side. And certainly 2026, we're looking at the next 3 years from now. Next 3 years from now, Michail Antonio will be about 35, 36. So we have to start put things in place now. But the problem is, which player can we find of the ilk of Michail Antonio? Hard to. Very, very hard to. So what we're gonna have to do is maximize and also rest as best as possible and manage the player as best as possible also. Alright, let's get into the transfer details. Apparently, people, according to multiple media sources in Turkey, Galatasaray is heavily interested and also in direct contact with Michail Antonio to come and join their club. Another club who also is interested in Michail Antonio is Sheffield United, and you guys know Sheffield United is in the Premier League now. So one other thing is, remember that last season they were West Ham was trying to move away from Michail Antonio. Unfortunately, the skill set that he has, they couldn't just get up and move away from Michail Antonio like that, because it was very difficult. And as the season goes on, they realize that his skill set, they can't do without it based on how they play. But certainly, this is now an opportunity for Michail Antonio to make one big move, a big paycheck, before finish off his career. And let's say we make the move to Sheffield United. I'm not sure if West Ham is going to take that gamble and give him a big contract, this final contract. So I do believe that Michail Antonio might be in the position right now. He's looking at saying, hey, what's next for me? Where can I see myself finishing off my career? But maybe we'll say at West Ham, maybe, just maybe. I'm not sure if all the game time will be, because I do believe that West Ham will be recruiting, as they tried when they brought in Skamaka, trying to just ease Michail Antonio out of the team. Unfortunately, just the quality that he has. But it's very, very important that he makes a good decision where that is concerned. Galatasaray is also a good club. Sheffield United still in the Premier League, even though at the lower tier of the table. Maybe we'll be fighting relegations, and maybe you'll have to be doing tremendous amount of work, playing game after game after game. So we'll see how this one panned out. I'll keep you guys updated on that one where Michail Antonio is concerned. So here we go, people. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. This has certainly been a good one. Hopefully, you guys are doing good. Tell us what you think about Michail Antonio's Gold Cup campaign so far. He's having a quite a good Gold Cup campaign for his first time. And tell us what you think, which club you think he should make this move to. Big up yourself, people, and smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. Big up, take care of yourself, people, and God bless. We're out. Boom.